What's up, guys? Are you guys interested to know what the top 3 things are that the sportsbooks don't want you to know? That you are able to do that can actually give you an advantage over the sportsbook. Obviously, they don't want you to have an edge over them. Why? Because then you're going to be able to make money off of them. And that is not what the sportsbooks are there for. They're there to take your money. They're not there to give you their money. But what we do here on this channel, obviously, is try to flip that and give you the edge and teach you how to beat the sportsbooks. Also, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications so that way you guys are notified every time we pump out one of these educational videos for you, the sports bettor. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. First off, let's talk about number 3. All right, number 3 is going to be that they don't really want you betting player props. Now, the reason behind that is you can get a severe advantage over the sportsbooks by player props because it's limited down to one player. So you could do a massive amount of research on that one player or their matchup and really get down to having an edge over the sportsbook on that. And a key tell for the sportsbooks that show that the sportsbooks don't want you to do this is they don't let you do prop plays in Nevada. They do it once in a while for basically NFL. That is the only thing they'll really give you a shot at playing some prop plays. And with that, just like passing yards for a quarterback or something. They don't let you get extensive with player props. They just don't. Now, everybody thinks, you know, Las Vegas, Nevada, sports betting capital of the world. Why wouldn't they let you bet props? Why wouldn't they allow that here? Well, obviously because that is one area you can exploit. That is one area you can get down to a T and research down to a T because the variable is very thin. It's just that one player. That one player is either going to show up or he's not. All right, that is what it's coming down to. It's not coming down to a whole team or 2 teams trying to get an under or an over or a team trying to beat the spread. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with just one player. So sportsbooks don't really want you betting player props. So that is something that you should really actually dive into more than totals and spreads. That's something that you guys should be diving into deeply. Number 2 thing that sportsbooks don't want you to know, that you are allowed to buy points. You can manipulate the point spread. You can manipulate the totals. You can put them to whatever you want. Yes, the odds vary while you do that, but they don't really want you to know that. You have to be the one to actually initiate that. They're not going to ask you that. Any of the online sports books, you don't see that you can buy points. They don't put that out there and show you like, here, look, you can buy points, you can do this. Sports books don't do that. The sports books want you to place the worst bets possible. You guys watch TV and you guys watch the games, you could see like DraftKings, FanDuel, some of these sports books, and they'll be like, hey, you could go over to DraftKings right now and place this bet plus 310 or plus 320 or plus 200. Then they highlight that. They highlight the worst bet that you can possibly actually make and suggest that's what you should go over there to do. If you haven't paid attention to that, it's very funny because it is something that I've noticed more and more happening, that they highlight the worst bets while you're watching a nationally televised game and suggest you to go over to the website and bet that. So make sure you guys check that out next time you guys are watching a televised sport. It's going to pop up there and you're probably going to laugh because you might not have noticed it. It might have just went past your brain. The sports books, they're trying to tell people online basically to go bet bad plays. That's pretty much what they're suggesting. Also, on top of that, sports betting companies promoting big parlay tickets that ended up hitting because they want you to think that you're going to have to go and do that. But you can buy points and you can manipulate a total or you can manipulate a spread. Or when a game is minus 14, you can bring it down to 13.5. It's a whole nother possession. People don't realize that in the NFL. And that's in every sport. A lot of sports, you know, you can manipulate the lines and bring them in your favor. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's get to number 1. What is the top thing that the sportsbooks don't want you to know? They don't want you to know that parlays, all these other side bets are garbage. They don't want you to know that. And just like I mentioned just a little bit ago, they promote high parlay tickets. They post these tickets that $100 that made $10,000 or a $30,000 bet that made $150,000. They post all these parlays. Why don't they post other things? The only thing they'll ever post is maybe if somebody goes and puts $1 million bet, a straight bet or something like that. It's mostly parlays. They don't want you to know that that's not what you're supposed to be doing because that's what they want you to do. They want you to go place bad bets. They want you to place parlays. They want you to do the round robins thinking that you're going to beat them on that. Have you ever heard anybody in the history of sports betting go on and tell you they're a professional parlay bettor? No, that's never going to happen. You're never going to be able to hear somebody tell you that. There are little things with parlays here and there that you can manipulate to kind of do, but sportsbooks don't want you to know that either. Why do you think first thing when you walk into a sportsbook, what's the first thing that you see? Parlay cards. They're sitting right there. As soon as you walk in, they are sitting right there ready for you to pick out and fill out. It's because that's what they want you to do. That's where they're going to make all their money from. They know that you're not going to hit your 5-teamer. You're not going to hit your 6-teamer. 1 out of every 100 people are going to hit a 5 or 6-teamer. It's just the way it goes. Number one thing that they don't want you to know is that parlays, round robins, all those other side bets, those are all garbage. All right, guys, even on table games, you could see blackjack and stuff like that. All your little side bets that you can do, same thing as like parlays. You're never going to win those little side bets. They just rake in the money by you sitting there placing those. Stay away from all that stuff. You don't need to do that. Straight betting is the way to go. It's the only way to go. You shouldn't really be doing anything else other than that. All right, guys, so let's go over those 3 things one more time. All right, number 3, it was that the sports books, they don't really want you to place player props. They just don't. They don't want you to do that. They don't even offer it really in Nevada and Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world. They just don't want you to really place those bets. Number 2, you are allowed to buy points. They don't advertise it. The tellers don't tell you that. And you don't know unless you actually go in and do some research, or you actually know behind sports betting that you can actually do that. And the number 1 thing is parlays, round robins. Those are garbage bets. That's what the sports book wants you to bet. This is the stuff we try to avoid on this channel. We want to avoid all that as much as we can. That is the top 3 things that the sports books don't want you to know. All right, make sure you guys go over, like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe channel, and check these videos out over here, because guess what? They just might help you.